Hello, and welcome to Virtual PCT, brought to you by the Pullman Civic Theater. In times like these, when you may be cooped up in your homes, isolated from others, stories provide our only escape from the monotony. And that's where we come in. We begin our story. Moss grows on the walls. Bugs and rodents scurry along the edges. The smell is musty, moldy, damp. A gloomy dungeon filled with God knows what. And Rye, cowering in a corner. She hasn't moved from where the hooded figure shoved her, eyeing the large spiders that ring her. Her captors could not have chosen a better guard. A tear rolls down her face.
Oh, Seth. You were right. You were always right. You should have stayed home. If I get out of here, I'm never going to leave the farm again. Oh, Seth, please. Come kill the spiders.
A chuckle echoes off the walls as Ignatito enters.
Foolish child, so boastful, so full of words. You were easy prey.
You may have gotten me, but you will never get the key.
Oh, but we will have it very shortly. Even now, the sister you cry out for is on her way, here with the key.
Seth will take you down.
Seth will never see me. And besides, our job is done. We are withdrawing for a time. But never fear, the spiders will keep you good company until your sister arrives with the Countess.
As Ignatito walks away, the spiders move even closer. Rye yelps, and then becoming small and childlike in her fear, she starts to softly sing a lullaby she remembers.
Swinging, breeze, walking, keys. How many benches shall you squeeze? Spirit and soul, sugar and bowls. What will it take to reach your goal? Beer in a tavern, wake in a cavern. Can you find the magic lantern? Treasure in a box, soul on locks. Will your heart start the talks? Swap, switch, stop, the witch!
As she sings, Rye finds comfort in the old tune and stands up with new confidence. She takes a step forward and is surprised when the spiders step back. Newly emboldened, yet still wincing a bit, she rushes forward and grinds the spider under her boot, just like Seth would, and then backs away. She is surprised and encouraged to see her captors also backing up.
Not so brave now, are you? Boom! Scat! Get out of here!
The spiders scurry away. She brushes herself off and prepares to leave her corner as she hears a louder, scraping sound. Suddenly, a scaly, multi-limbed creature shimmers into view. Rye jumps back as the creature's fangs gleam. Its eyes smolder, murderous, red-orange within glistening spheres, black as pools beneath the ancient earth. It hisses and halts Rye's escape. Huddled back into her corner, she starts to cry again. What seems like hours, but may only be a few minutes, passes. until there's a sound of footsteps and voices.
Seth? Could it be? Seth! Seth, I'm here! I'm here!
Rye? Rye! I'm here! We're coming, Rye!
Seth comes racing around the corner, and Rye is so relieved that she doesn't notice the strange woman in black leather and armor, or that Seth sidesteps the odd creature. The sisters reunite in a tight hug.
Oh, Seth, it was awful. These hooded men burst into the tavern and pulled me from my chair. One of them went reaching for the key on the table, but Quentin grabbed it up and I shouted at him to run to get you. And then they put a bag over my head, and the next thing I know I was here, surrounded by spiders. Spiders!
Oh, Rye! It's okay. We're here now and we have the key. Quint was able to get to me before... Oh, Rye... Quentin's dead, and so is Mrs. Hannis, and so many in Clover Hollow are gone now, but much of the village has been burned. Oh, Rye!
All because I couldn't stay home. Oh, Seth, this was all my fault. This was all my fault.
Oh, my darling, darling girl. There is nothing you could do. Simply embrace your birthright to be an adventurer. By the stars, my precious Rye, there is nothing else you could have done.
Birthright? Adventurer? Who are you?
Rye, you're not gonna believe it, but this is our mother! Return to us!
Return? It's been so many years! So many years!
I know, my wonderful girls, how I have longed to return to you. My goodness, I never intended to be gone for so long, though I knew you were safe in your father's hands, and he knew, bless his heart, that my feet would always had to be wandering after some adventure or another. He kept you both safe until I could return.
Mother has told me the most wonderful stories about the women of our family and what mighty warriors they are. Now I see why you had the itch to roam and find adventure, right? Only promise me that you will wait until she trains you before you go out again.
I am going nowhere without you again, my dear sister. Never to be apart.
Never?
Ever. Oh, Seth, you would be so proud of me. I killed spiders tonight.
Spiders? Who are you and what have you done with my sister?
You would think this is silly, but when I was afraid, this old lullaby that Dad used to sing came back to me, and it gave me courage. Swinging breeze, lock and keys, how many adventures will you sneeze?
Spirits and souls, sugar and bowls, what will it take to reach your goals? You know, I might be ready to be an adventurer. Tonight, Mother gave me skill and strength to wield Grandmother's sword. Oh my, I think I might have killed tonight.
All in self-defense, my child. All in self-defense. They were going to do to you harm just as they did to your village harm. You had no other choice, my dear daughter. But come, we should be moving on before your captors return. I know they will still seek the key.
Daria leads the trio, and then stops and turns to Seth.
Wait, Seth. Now that we have Rye, why don't you let me hold on to the key for a time? I can use my magic to protect it.
But, wait, look! A treasure box! Do you think the key will fit in it?
Seth follows Rye's outstretched hand to where she is pointing, and sees the large golden chest that had been hidden by a door until recently. She looks down at the key in her hand, and it lets out a ring. Then it begins to glow.
Right! Look at the key! Fear in a tavern, wake in a cavern, can you find the magic lantern? Treasure box, soul unlocks. Will your heart start?
Enough, you two! Give me the key! It's magical, and you two know nothing of magic or of its power.
Red tendrils of power oscillate around Vladuria's hands before leaping to the walls. Suddenly, a crowd of hooded figures is revealed, moving in on the trio like scurrying spiders. Seth pushes the key into Rai's hand as she pulls forth her grandmother's sword. In answer to the magic in the cavern, the weapon flashes with red and purple lights, bright as falling stars, highlighting the engravings along its form. With a voice that will brook nothing but the truth, she cries out,
Who are you?
Foolish child! Once I really was your mother, but now I am more, so much more. Now I rule the realms of magic. All bow to me as they did my husband and maker, the most powerful wizard who ever walked this land.
Our father? A wizard?
Not your father, you dull, dim-witted child. The man I joined with after leaving my old life. Pathetic life with my mewling babies behind to become the Countess, eternal in my reign and all-powerful now that the Count is dead.
And I bet you killed him!
You were the brighter of the two of you, Seth. And now I will use the same weapon I used on him and on your beloved Quint. Come, Torshnak!
Red tendrils of power shoot again from Vladaria's fingertips, enwrapping Torshnak, who starts to grow ever larger.
You horrible beast! I will end you as you ended Quint!
Seth swings the blade with confidence as she charges Torshnak. Suddenly, she feigns right and then rolls to the left, under the creature's rising undercarriage. The sword, sure and true, finds its mark, slashing a wound along the creature's torso. It shrieks in agony, power flares around it, and then it bursts apart. No more.
And now for you, you witch, you... Rai, what was the rest of the song? Treasure box, soul unlocked. Will your heart start the talks?
Swat.
Switch.
Stop.
The witch!
Ladaria shrieks, pressing her hands to her head.
Stop that singing and die! Die, you insignificant lumps of mortal flesh!
Rai! Unlock the box! It's our only hope! I'll hold her.
Ladaria shrieks again and reaches for Rai, only to find Seth in her way. Bolts of red lightning shoot at both of our heroes, but Seth deftly knocks them aside. The hooded figures scramble from the room, wanting no further part of this battle or the Countess. Seth continues to block each blast. However, she is clearly tiring. Suddenly, with a ringing, Rai pushes the key in and turns it.
No! You fools! You don't know what you've done! You don't!
Her voice rises into a scream as a bolt of brilliant, luminescent white light shoots forth from the box and engulfs her. As the light presses in, a dark, sulphurous, foul-smelling smoke rises from Vladaria and rushes into the box. As the last tendrils of smoke enter the chest, the lid closes with a thunderous clap, and the key bounces free with a ringing sound. Rai barely has time to scramble forward before the granite door that had concealed the box earlier slams shut. Molten lava spews from the door's seams, and just as quickly grows cold, sealing away the box and the key once more. Suddenly, all is quiet except for the dripping of water. No mice or spiders are left to scurry. The two sisters stand looking at each other, stunned. The stupor is broken when they hear a soft moan. They turn to find Vladaria rising. Only she is different now. There's a weariness and a softness to her features. She opens her eyes and looks on the sisters with a look they haven't seen in years.
Seth? Rye? Is that you?
Mom!
The story you just heard was The Adventurers, Part 4. Story by Holly O'Connor. Lullaby by Desiree Gould. And written by Mike Long. Featuring Kristen Lincoln as the narrator. Holly O'Connor as Rye. Lakin Workman as Seth. Desiree Gould as Vladaria. And Matt Ma as Ignatito. Special thanks to Mike Long, our Foley artist, who put together all the sounds, and Kristen Lincoln for editing the video. This story was part 4 of our series entitled The Adventurers. If you missed the previous installments of our story of Rye and Seth, make sure to visit our YouTube channel or on our website. I hope we were able to give you an interesting escape from your daily life. If you enjoyed this, please consider donating to PCT at www.pullmancivictheater.org. Thank you for joining Virtual PCT. Good night.